Good morning, Salt House. Hi. For those of you who haven't met, I'm Erwin. I'm your treasurer here. See, I've got proof. Salt House's financial year runs July through June. And at the end of each quarter, as the treasurer, it's one of my jobs to report out the financial state of the church. I like to remind folks what we talk about, the money that we talk about, is not, it's not mine, it's not the pastor's, it is ours. If you are a member of the church, then you have a say in it. You get to vote on what we do with it. It is all of ours collectively if you're a member here. So, normally I would do this in October. I asked about doing it last week, but they said, no, it's too much fun with the Halloween party. You can't do it at the same time. Everybody will be too tired. So we get to continue the party this week. So, all right, let's go to the first slide, please. So this is the income, everything we've taken in during the first quarter. So that's July, August, September. General giving was just over $80,000. This is below what we would ideally like to take in. However, we know July, August, and September are always low months for giving. It's kind of a lull in the year. November, December, January are high points. So this is actually above average. For July, August, and September, giving was above average in all of them. And in fact, I think July and August were our second best months for giving that I have recorded. So overall, it's actually a really good start for the year. So thank you all for your generosity. Really appreciate it. And it's a good start to the year. I look forward to seeing kind of how things go in the future. So interest income. Go back. Yep, one more. Interest income, that's mainly from a CD that we invested in that just matured last week. So we'll see a big bump in that next month, or at the next report. I think it netted us about $3,900. And then we've already reinvested that money. So we've got about $100,000 we're continuing to reinvest and earn a good amount of interest on. Church building use income is everything we take from our renters. I think we got a rent check or two early, so that's why it's above 100%, but I'll certainly take above versus below. And then same thing with the parsonage. We adjusted rents, and I think there was just some funniness exactly when they paid the next their new rent. So, but overall, all of our income's looking pretty good. So, questions on the income? Anybody? Ellie, did you have a question? This is my daughter, Ellie. She always has good questions. Yes.
So, what is interest and stuff?
Interest is. Interest is if you put money in the bank, they'll give you a little bit of money each month if you leave it there, so they can use it for other things. So. Yeah, good question. She's always got a good one, so that's why we keep her. Expenses. Expenses up on the screen here. Most of our expenses here at Salt House are for our amazing staff. Our spending for staff was actually low. That was because it took us a little while to find our new church admin, our helpers in the nursery. And so we had low payroll for the first couple months. I expect over the next couple months that to be much more even. Benevolence is based directly on our giving. So if giving is low, benevolence is low. It's just a percentage. And then the other areas, we just didn't need to spend as much. So overall, our spending was pretty good. Next slide, please. So the net of all that is that right now we're about $8,000 short of giving or income versus expenses. This is better than we planned to be at this point. So again, overall, it's a strong start to the year. Really look forward to seeing how the next quarter and the bump in December and those months, how that all nets out. So, any questions on any of that? All right. And then we have our restricted accounts. These are accounts we can only use for specific purposes. So community initiatives is what we use to spend and help out our larger community, reparations, and then our queer benevolence funds. These are all doing well. A lot of income. We didn't spend that much the first quarter, but I know in the next couple, we usually, Q2 is a big month for doing big community events. I believe we send out our reparations checks. So expect to do more the next couple months here. Next slide. So to pivot that, if we just look at how our accounts are doing, our general fund, which is what we use to operate the church, we've got about $266,000 in it, so still very healthy. Community initiatives, $42,000. A little bit hanging out in our old Thrivent fund. I still got to take care of that. And then good amounts in reparations and queer benevolence. Community initiatives, reparations, and queer benevolence, our goal is to get them to zero. We want that money going out in the community. I'd remind folks, if you're interested in helping with that, go find our social justice folks. Please, if you're interested in figuring out how best we can use that money to serve our communities, please join that group. We're really looking for them for guidance on how best we can use that. So, Cool. Next slide. And then this is just all of our accounts and everything break down. Again, everything is fairly healthy. Our giving is split among 3 different accounts: our checking account, our savings account, and then that COD. And the other, the queer and reparations funds are also just in the checking account there. So, but that's how all of our accounts break down. Again, our accounts are overall healthy. Salt House carries very little debt. It's a little bit of rotating debt for benevolence, and then just the parsonage security deposit. So overall, we're in a very healthy place at the moment. So, any questions, anything to that? Cool. A couple of notes, last notes. So as I said, we've been investing in a CD, certificate of deposit, just for higher interest on a bunch of our money. That just matured last week. But it was at 5%. We just rolled that over into a 3-month CD at 4%, because all of the rates went down, and that was the best we could get. It also gives us some flexibility by having a shorter amount of investment time. So that should mature in January. And then we'll see kind of what rates and things are doing there. But we're continuing to look for ways to make our investment and our cash savings work for us and earn us more income. If you have knowledge of such things, want to help us out, please come find me. So, we had real quick, we switched over to a new accountant. That's going well. Our old accountant is now fully retired. We wish her well. She did a great job cleaning up all of our books. We thank her a lot. That was Laura. And so now we've got some new accountants who have picked it up and are doing well. And last, I just want to mention about our counters. So all of the giving that happens at the church here, that's all counted by a group of counters. Yeah, convenient name. Managed by our financial secretary, Mark. We've got, I think, 5 folks doing it now. But we could always use more help. If you're looking to get involved, we've talked about ways to be involved. It's a really easy one. It's right after church, 20, 30 minutes, just counting all the income, filling out some sheets, if that long. So if you're interested in helping out, please see Mark or myself. We can get you going. The more people doing it, the more reliable it is. If we don't have counters some week, that delays when we can officially count money. Sometimes that means things roll over the next month. It's all counted eventually, but it's just good to keep on top of those things. So again, if you can help out, we'd love it. So any questions on any of that? So you got one more, Ellie? Real quick.
Maybe it's for you to help out if you're a younger person, they give me and your parents don't want to donate.
I'm sure we can find something for you to do. Helping around, cleaning up after church is always helpful. Helping welcome people. There are many ways to help out at the church. So, all right. I know, she's adorable. We'll rent her out on weekends. If you want to see it, you want that, come find me. So, if you do want to give monetarily at the church, and we thank you again for all your generosity. It's been a great start to the year. We have 3 main ways to do that. We don't pass around a plate, but right outside the door we have our joy jar. You can give online, and you can always text us as well. And if you're interested in donating any other way, come find me. We are happy to work with you. And again, thank you for your generosity. We appreciate it.